Hello, my name's John Dexter, and today I'm going to be showing you 3 Nikon vintage lenses that can save you hundreds of pounds. First of all, let's clear up the myth that because these are old lenses they're no good. That is far from the truth. I've owned these lenses for a good few years now, and I am very fussy about image quality, and I've had nothing to complain about with all 3 lenses. Yes, they may have improved the glass slightly over the years, but not that much, and anything can be corrected in post these days, whether it be chromatic aberration or distortion. So I'm going to go through each lens and show you how you can save hundreds of pounds. First on the list is a 35-70 2.8 to f/22 D lens. Make sure you get the D lens, that's the one to have. 2.8, that's a pretty fast lens even by today's standards. It was made between 1992 and 2005. It's an FX lens, as all these lenses are, but it'll fit perfectly and work okay on a DX with the equivalent of 52 to 105. It has 7 aperture blades, 15 elements in 12 groups. Filter size 62mm. It's a heavy lens, but it's because it's all metal construction, unlike the modern plasticky lenses, but it just makes it so beautiful to use. It's a joy to actually use this lens. It weighs in at about 675 grams. The minimum focus is 2 feet, but in the 35mm range you press that little button there and you can turn it into macro mode, which will focus up to about 11 inches. It's an autofocus lens. It's screw drive. It's not as fast as the modern lenses, but it's plenty fast enough. I've never had any trouble with it, and I've used it for action shots and everything. It's a push-pull lens, which I find perfectly okay. Some people don't like them, but I quite like it. And you know, people say that it sucks in dust. Well, maybe they do, but I've had this a few years and there's no dust in it yet, so I haven't had that problem. The focus does turn the front element, which can be a bit of a problem for a polarizing filter, but I just focus it and then turn the polarizer to suit, so it's never been a problem. Image quality on this lens, chromatic aberration, distortion, it's all wonderful. There's nothing wrong with this lens at all. I mean, the images are just so sharp and stunning, and it's such a treat to use this beautifully made lens. Price, you can pick them up on eBay for around about 200, maybe 300 if you want to get a mint condition one. So they do hold their value a bit, but you know, where are you going to get one of these modern lenses for that sort of price? You're not. You're going to pay a lot more than that. Next up on the list is a 70 to 210 f4. That is continuous f4 right the way through the focal range. This lens was made between 1986 and 88. Again, FX lens, but will work perfectly okay on a DX with an equivalent of 105 to 315. 7 aperture blades, 13 elements in 9 groups. Closest focusing is 1.1 meters on this. Again, it does turn the front element, but as I explained in the last one, that's not really a problem. Again, a heavy lens because it's an all metal construction, weighing in at 760 grams. Filter size 62mm. Minimum aperture is f32, and as with the other lens I've just shown you, you lock them into the minimum aperture and then you just use in camera to adjust your f-stop as you would any normal modern lens. This isn't a push-pull, this is a twist for the focal length, but very, very smooth. It's just beautiful, same as the focusing is. Again, it's an autofocus screw drive, so not the quickest in the world, but perfectly okay, not a problem. Beautiful lens. I've owned all these lenses for a good few years now, and I just love using them. I mean, they're just a joy to use. They're just beautiful quality, and the image quality is there's nothing wrong with it. It's just stunning. You can pick this one up on eBay for around about £100 to £150. You probably have to sort of hunt a bit for them, because there's not many of them that come up for sale, but they are available. So yeah, beautiful lens again, fully recommend it. And finally on my list of favourite vintage lenses is the 100 to 300 5.6 to f32. Now this is an AIS lens, so it's a manual focus lens. I don't have any problem with that. In actual fact, I will very often manually focus, even autofocus lenses, so it's not really a problem. But you do have to set your camera to a non-CPU lens setting. There's plenty of tutorials online to show you how to do this, but that allows you to use this aperture ring here. It was made between 1984 and 1988. Again, it's an FX lens, but will work perfectly okay on DX with an equivalent of 150 to 450 millimeters. It's got 9 aperture blades, 14 elements in 10 groups. Closest focusing here is 7 feet, but on the 100mm focal length range you've got a macro setting which will actually allow you to focus up to 21 inches. Focusing is on this main ring here. Again, it does turn the front element, but not really a problem. 62mm filter size again. Now this is a heavy lens. It hasn't unfortunately got the facility to put a tripod mount on it, so hanging this on the end of your camera, you should really support it. But it's heavy because it's an all metal construction. You can hang it on the end of a tripod. I've done it many a time without a problem, but you just have to screw the ball head up a little bit tighter. It's just so beautiful to use, this lens. It's so smooth, and the image quality is just stunning, as the other two lenses I've shown you are. Now you can pick this up, believe it or not, for between £50 and £100. I think it's probably, there don't seem to be many of them about though, and the ones that are online usually come from Japan, so you can pretty much reckon that they're beautiful quality. It took me a while to find this one. I'm not too sure why there aren't many about. Maybe people don't get rid of them, but keep hunting for one, and you might have to, as I say, buy one from Japan. But again, a beautiful lens, lovely to use, image quality is just stunning. So that's the end of my 3 lenses that I recommend. I hope this has been helpful to you. If it has, please subscribe to my channel, which will help me make more videos. Many thanks. Bye for now.